Hi there, I thought I would do a quick review of the new Boston 4 from Adidas. Just quick little bit about me. I'm a fairly average runner. I'm 46 years old and I do the marathon in about 3.5 hours. That gives you some idea of my background. I have had the Boston 2s, the Boston 3s, and now I've just got the Boston 4s. That Boston 4 is the one that's at the front there. And I've done one 12k run and one 6k run in them as a quick trial. So and in the background I've got my Adidas. Anyway, I'll talk about them later. But just a quick look at the new Boston 4 compared to the Boston 3 from behind. You can see that the heel shape is very similar. Seems to be the same kind of design of heel. And side on, again, you can see it's the same design. Overall, the shoe itself, aesthetically, looks more like a regular trainer to me than more of a trainer as opposed to a lightweight running shoe. I did just give them a quick weigh, and they do weigh the same. Actually, the new one weighed 310 grams and my old one was 315, but it's got quite a bit of sand and sweat and stuff in it. But they do look a bit different. I think partly it's because of the stripes. The stripes are in a different direction. Also, I think they've maybe been cutting corners and cost a little bit. They don't have, on the old Boston 3s, you had this kind of nice suede finish around the ankle area and down around the toe area. Now it's just this kind of breathable material around the ankle and around the toe. The laces are a little bit nicer. They have that slightly metallic material through them, which makes them grip better, but I always double knot anyway. I've never had a problem with laces coming out. So the shoe looks a little bit bulkier, but it doesn't actually weigh any more. The biggest difference, I guess, is on the sole. If you compare the two soles, the old one had blocks, I would say, here, and the new one has stripes going across it. This torsion area looks very similar to the old shoe. The old shoe has two pieces leading in, the new one has just the one. So it's a similar sort of design, but not exactly the same, and the heel looks almost identical. And I love these shoes. I had plantar fasciitis for quite a long time, and then I switched to the Boston 2s, and within a few months it went away, so I've been running in these shoes for a few years. The only thing I don't like about the shoes is this groove in the heel, which is quite prominent. You can see it on the new one here. Not when you're racing, but on training runs I quite often get stones jammed in here, and it's quite annoying. You have to stop and take the stone out of the heel. But that's the only bad thing about the shoes. I've run, I think, 3 marathons on these Boston 2s and Boston 3s and really enjoyed them. And I thought, just quickly, while I was on the subject, I also have these Adidas Adios, which are super lightweight for racing, and I'll do 5k, 10k and even the half marathons in these. They have a different sole, they're very lightweight, but they do still have a good bit of support across the midsole here. Some super light racing flat shoes have nothing here. So these ones, you wouldn't want to go out training in them and stuff, but you can certainly run a half marathon, and in fact the top runners, Haile Gabriel Selassie, set his world record in a pair of these. So if you wanted to, you could run a marathon in them. And but I wouldn't. I just use them for race day. Great shoe. So yeah, all in all, I think that the Boston 4 is going to be good. Like I say, I've had a couple of short runs. The only difference I noticed was I think it's maybe a bit wider than the forefoot, and I have a fairly narrow foot, and I've had to tighten up the laces quite a lot on the front here. You can see it's really at its narrowest, to really make my foot feel tighter. So I think it's going to stretch a bit, but you know, it's probably just going to get a bit worse for me. But I think the old one was maybe a little bit tighter, suited me a bit more. But no, I mean, good shoe. I can thoroughly recommend them. They're a neutral shoe, and I was running in Asics Gel Chianos for a long time, and like I say, got this plantar fasciitis, so switched to these shoes, and it all went away. So whether I induced it myself by having the wrong type of shoe in the first place, I don't know. But 3 years now without a problem. So great shoe, recommend it. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.